Hello everyone, this is Zafar Ali Khan and I am here with episode 17 about data definition language and data manipulation language. This is for SQL. This is for SQL. So the SQL is the language of database and that is universal language and it is not bound by any sort of RDBMS system. So it is universal, it is generalized language. So we will be using W3 School's website for our tutorials. In W3 School websites, when you click the main page for SQL and you go to here are all the SQL scripts that we would have to learn or the commands that we would have to learn, and you hit try it yourself, you will reach the editor. So we will be using this editor here, and this editor will help us to practice all scripts that we are going to learn. SQL is actually the language of the database, structured query language, the SQL. It has got two parts. Data definition language. This part of the SQL data definition language is comprised of all of the scripts or the commands that we need to create a database, tables, keys, and any sort of relationships with the help of primary key and foreign key. So it is about the structure of the database, the physical structure of the database. Whereas the second part, data manipulation language, it's about the record in the database. So you want to add records, insert record, you want to update record, edit record, you want to delete record, you want to search for records. A big part of this DML is hidden with the search commands, which is select script. So we will start with it. Okay, over this editor, if you see on the right side, you would have a database already downloaded. This database is called Northwind. Microsoft has created this with the Microsoft Access for the people to practice. Later, it has become one standard for the learners. So mostly when we learn SQL commands, we use this Northwind database. As you can see that this Northwind database is not just made, it has got all the records populated in it, and definitely there would be a structure. So I have created the structure of it so that I could discuss it with you. Let's see. You can observe over here this Northwind database definition. We have to create an ERD out of it. We will be. So all the primary keys are blue and underlined, and all the foreign keys are red. So you can see there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tables, and these all 8 tables have their own domains and fields. We are not concerned with the type of the field, all we are concerned with the field names and all. So these are the primary key. How do we know that these are the primary key? Because we see these keys in other tables definitions. For example, this customer ID is obvious in orders customer ID. This category ID is obvious in products category ID. This employee ID from the employees table is obvious in orders employee ID. So it means that these primary keys, when they are becoming uh, the fields in another table, they are called what? Foreign keys. Okay. So let's draw an ERD for it so that we have a good idea. All right. So this is Northwind Database. Entity relationship diagram. Let's start with it. We have got customers table, we have got category table. We will start with the table with most of the foreign keys. So we have got order table, then customer table, customer's primary key is present in orders as foreign key. So this is one to many. And then we have employee. Employee's primary key is present in orders as foreign key. And then we have got shippers. Shipper's primary key is the foreign key of orders. Now, then we have order details. So order's primary key, order ID is present in order details as the foreign key. Now, next we have product. So products table primary key is the foreign key in order details. Then we have got suppliers. Suppliers primary key is part of the products as foreign key. Then we have got categories. Categories primary key is the part of products as are foreign key. Now, you can see that all these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tables are connected. Okay, so if you check here, you can now easily relate all these tables with the help of just discussed ERD. Let me put both of them together for you. Now you can see both of them, they are related, they are properly developed, and this is the domain view, and here is the entity relationship diagram for these domains. Now, there are certain practices that we have to perform in order to learn the SQL. Let's get back to the editor. Okay. Remember, this editor will only be uh, available for the tables that are there in Northwind database, and we will be discussing the same. And if you like, you may create your own tables in this editor as well. Okay. Now, first of all, we have select asterisk from customers. Select asterisk from customers. What does it mean? This star means all of the fields. All of the fields which are in the table customers will be shown. So we need to select all the fields from the table customers. Remember, every single script or every single command ends on this semicolon. If you want to use semicolon, this would not make any difference in the SQL editor, but it is required to complete the script with a semicolon in exam. Okay, so if we run this SQL, you may see that all of the fields in this script are being shown. Okay, you can see all of the fields, all 91 records with all of the fields. The fields are customer ID, customer name, contact name, address, city, postal code, and country. Here, let us discuss about this Northwind. Northwind is a beverages a producer which which develops different type of beverages, and it provides to its customer. Northwind's customers are not the end customer, but the distributor. So they have got so many customers in uh, in the world, in different countries. The name, customer name that you see over here is actually not the name of the person, but the distributor or the company which purchases from the Northwind and then sell in their own country. Okay, so these customers are actually companies. Now, this particular script, what it does, it shows all of the fields from the table customers, and we have got customer over here. Customer has got 91 records. All records are shown, but this asterisk is for the number of fields. Now, let's say we don't want to see all of the fields, but few of the fields, not all. In that case, what we will do, we will use only the name of the fields. The order of the fields does not matter. The number of the fields does not matter. At least you would have to show, you would have to put one field necessarily. So this particular command says what? It says that it select customer name, country, and city. So instead of having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fields, we would have only 3 shown with all 91 records. You can see over here only the customer name, as in here, country, as in here, and city, as in here, are shown. It does not affect physically the database. Database is there, the table is there, all fields are there. This is just creating a viewer's uh, presentation. This is just the output of it. So it is only just to show. It has nothing to do with the physical changes in the database. And this select command is only retrieving data as per the needs of uh, the programmer or the user, and it is just creating views. Okay. Now, so in earlier command we used star. Star says show all of the fields. So that is a good thing, because otherwise you would have to put the names of fields yourself, all of them. Over here, just those fields with comma in between, which we need to see. Now, order by clause. What order by does? Order by arranges the records in some order. So this command means we want to see customer name, country, and city, but in ascending order of the country. Okay, so if the order ascending or descending is not actually explicitly shown or written, so it will be taking it as ascending order. By default, it is ascending order. So select customer name, country, city from customers, order by country. Over here, you can see that these countries are in chronological order. Chronological order means as they were actually entered. So Germany, Mexico, UK, Sweden, Germany. If I run this SQL, we would have same 91 records, but now the order would be the ascending order of the country. So all the records in Argentina, then Austria, then Belgium, then Brazil, after Canada, then Denmark, Finland, France, Germany. They are all grouped together in order as per the ascending alphabetical order of the country. So if I would like to show it, I can put that this way, that I want this order of the country in ascending way. So if you put it ascending or you don't, it would actually be taken as ascending. Secondly, if you want to change the order or you want to look at the records in descending order, so here you can see it is A to actually V, Venezuela. There is no country here with the Z. So Venezuela, USA, UK, Switzerland, and all the way up to Argentina. If I would like to check it in descending order of the countries, you can see that now Venezuela is on the top, and then we have got USA and UK and then Sweden, and then Argentina is at the end. So this is in descending order. So this uh, maybe in any fields order, it's up to you. This is not necessarily be in country, this may be in customer's name order, this may be in cities order, or any of the field of the customer's order. That really does not matter. Then we may have different fields for ordering. We may order on more than one field. So what I am actually asking for over here, I want to order by country in ascending order. In every country, I would like to see all the cities in descending order. So what does it mean? It means that system will first try to put all the countries in the order, alphabetical order, ascending order, and then in one single group, the cities, those are shown, are in descending order. So the city would be in descending order, but the above group, this country group, would be in ascending order. So let's see how. You can see now, first, these three records are in Argentina, and then there is just one city, Buenos Aires, so we cannot actually observe. But over here in Austria, you can see the city with S is on top, and then with G is there. And then in Belgium, we have got city with C before city with B. In Brazil, Sao Paulo, the city with S is before city with C. So the order of the country is ascending, whereas the order of the cities in the country is descending. So you can see we have got USA, Walla Walla is on the top, whereas Albuquerque is at the end. Distinct clause. This clause makes sure that one field only appear once. So let's see, if I want to see all the countries from the customer, what I mean over here, I mean all of these uh, countries where my customers are present will be shown. But the thing is that we have got 91 records, and we may have more than one customers in the same country. As you can see over here in Argentina, we have got 3. In Austria, we have got 2. In Belgium, we have got 2. In Brazil, we have got 8. So if I go this way, I may have several countries reappearing. Germany here, Germany there, Germany, Spain, France, Brazil, then Germany again, then France, then Brazil, then Austria. So it means that these are countries where my customers do reside, but they are reappearing. I don't want them to reappear. So I will use distinct clause. Remember, distinct clause works with only one field at a time, and it appears before the name of the field in select. So if you see, actually there are just 21 countries where my customers are present. Since I have got multiple customers in one country, that is why I have got 91 customers record. But there are only 21 countries where my customers actually do exist. So select distinct country from customer. So countries would be appearing, but one country at a time. So Germany, Mexico, UK, Sweden, France, Spain, Canada, Argentina, Switzerland, Brazil, Austria, Italy, Portugal, USA, Venezuela, Ireland, Belgium, they all are appearing only once. So this distinct clause. Remember, distinct clause only works with one field at a time. If you put another field, that would work, but the whole essence of distinct will be gone. You may try it at your home by yourself and observe the result. Now, that was about the manipulation of fields, which fields needed to be required, and in which order and distinctly and all. And now we are going to manipulate records. If we would be filtering them. So let's see. So I would like to see customer name, country, and city from customers table, where country is equal to Germany. So only those customers who are in Germany, their records will be shown. Means all the records from the country Germany will be shown, rest will not be. Remember, this is a view. It has got no physical uh, effect over the database. These commands, select commands only create the view. Now, you can see there are only 11 records from the table customers where the country is actually Germany. So these are the companies or the customers which are actually buying from us from Germany. So there are 11. In order to look for multiple customers, we can use OR clause, OR. So customer name, country, city, from customers table where country is equal to Germany or country is equal to USA or country is equal to Mexico, and we would like to order by the country as well. So first Germany's record will be appearing, then Mexico's, and then USA's, but we would have records from 3 different countries. You can see there are 29 records. First 11 records of Germany, then we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 records of Mexico, and rest of the records out of 29 are for USA. So we may have this where filter applied over the view of the record so that we could only see records from these 3 countries. Sorry. Okay, what if there were, as you do remember, there were 21 countries. What if you like to have more than 3 countries? You would have to write then where countries equal to this, or countries equal to this, or countries equal to this, or countries equal to this. Instead of these ors, we can use in clause. So select customer name, country, city from customers, where country in Germany, USA. This country in Germany, USA, or Mexico has the same effect as where country is equal to Germany, or country is equal to USA, or country is equal to Mexico. You see, there would be no effect whatsoever over the result, only the way of filtering with the help of where clause different. It is different. What if we like to see all the countries excluding these three? In that case, we will be using not clause. Means where country is equal to Germany or country is equal to USA or country is equal to Mexico, but a not on top of it. Means show all the countries except these three. See how? So out of 91 minus 29. So we have got only 62 countries left. So if we apply this not clause over the where clause, so what basically happens that it becomes vice versa. Earlier it was showing just these three countries, now it is showing all the countries except these three countries. So not is actually reversing the result. So now you can see instead of those 29 countries, only other countries are being shown. Now let's take another table, products. So we have got this product table. We have got 77 records. It has got product ID, product name, supplier ID, category ID, unit, and price. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fields. So there are 77 records. Now, select star asterisk means all the fields from the products where prices are greater than or equal to 10 and prices are less than or equal to 20. What does it mean? We would like to see all those products whose prices are between 10 and 20 inclusive. Why inclusive? Because there is equal to sign. So select all the fields asterisk from the products table where the prices are between 10 and 20. So remember, we use AND clause when we like to check something in a range. If it is out of range, then we use OR, but if it is inside the range between two upper and lower bounds, we use what? AND. So where prices are greater than or equal to 10 and less than or equal to 20, but we would like to check in descending order. Means the highest prices would appear first. So out of 77, there are only 29 records. You can see the highest prices are 20 and the lowest prices are 10. And these are only those products being shown whose prices are between 10 and 20 inclusive. Why inclusive? Because it is equal to sign. Instead of having these two filters with AND, we can use between. So select all the fields star from products where prices between 10 and 20. This between also includes 10 and 20. So this is inclusive. 10 and 20 is inclusive. So here we would have no difference whatsoever. And the records, the output will be same. Only the command is having now between instead of and. So prices between 10 and 20. Now wildcards. Wildcards are those special character like underscore which represents one character and a percentage sign which actually may show none, one or more characters. So we are going to use now wildcards. Sometimes we like to see things not exactly the way they are, but somehow with some sort of loose searching criteria. Like we like to see all the records where the customer name starts with an A alphabet or ends at A alphabet. So what is in here? It means that show customer name, country, and city from customers where customer name is starting with A. Okay, so let's see. We have got only 4 records where customer names are starting with A. Remember, this is not case sensitive since it is loose searching. The criteria is not strict. For example, if you would like to see all the records from the country Germany, in that case, what will happen? You would have to write Germany the way it is. Even if you make that capital G small, you won't see any record. So you would have to put it the way they are saved in the database, otherwise it will not be searched. But when we are having loose searching criteria with like clause, in that case, if it is capital A or small a, it doesn't matter. So all the customers whose name are starting with A are being shown. Or we can put A at the end, means all the customers whose name are ending at A will be shown. So starting with A, there are 4. Ending with A, there are 7. You can see the last character is A. Okay, so there are 7 customers. So we can use like. Like has got many more things in it. Let's discuss those. Let's say there are employees. In employees, we have got 6 fields. Employee ID, last name, first name, birth date, photo, and notes. In notes, few employees have BA degree, few has BTS and PhD. Some are good in English. Some are fluent in French. Some can write French, Portuguese, and Spanish. And some may read and write French. Some are fluent in German. So what if I like to see not the whole field, but I would like to see, sorry, sometimes I may not have a strict criteria, rather I would have a loose criteria. For example, what if I like to see I have a pizza shop and I would like to see all the customer from 18th Street at Northwind Road. So what I would do, I will be like where address like 18th Street or Northwind. So it will be actually looking into the address and just picking up those words. If they are there, it will be picking the record. So let's see what I mean over here. So what I'm trying to tell over here, select last name and notes. Last name and notes. From the employee table, where notes like this, what does it mean? The percentage symbol at the start means whatever before it or nothing before it, or whatever after it or nothing after it. It means that French, the word French may lie anywhere. The notes may start with French, may end with French, or may have French somewhere in between. So let's see what is the result. Out of 10 records, there are just 5. So you may see that there must be somewhere French here. Here we go. There must be French somewhere over here. There we go. There must be French somewhere over here. There we go. And here. And here. So it has taken all those fields who may have whatever, but for sure somewhere French. Okay, here at the end or in between or whatever. Okay, so what does it mean? No matter what before it or no matter after it. So this percentage sign shows what? None, one or more characters. So it is actually looking for what? Nodes where it is having French anywhere. That's it. So it will be taking out all those records. So what if I like to check on French and German both? So notes like French or German. So now we have got same. So we may have French or we may have German there. So it will be coming out of it French, German, French. So we may also use or clause. If I put and, means only where both German and French are there. So out of 5 there were just 2. So we have got German here, we have got French here, we have got French and German here. That is why these 2 records are picked up. Now aggregate functions. Aggregate functions are what? Those who are applied over the collection or groups of records, not a single record or not something else, but the groups. For example, I would like to see that how many customers do I have in every country. As you would have already seen, that Germany has got few, Belgium has got few, France has got few. So what if I like to perform such things? Let's see what I mean. I would like to see the country and the count of the country from the customer table, and I would like to group by country. What does it mean? You have to pay attention to these words. Group by means what? Now out of all those 91 records in the customer table over here, I would like to first group these records over their countries. Means all those countries which have the same name will be supposed as the group. Okay, and then over that group we will apply the aggregate function. So the first function that we are going to apply over the group is country or count. So what does it mean? It means that show the country name and the count as the group. So it is showing what? Country is Argentina, there are 3 count of it. Country is Austria, there are 2 counts. Belgium's 2 count. Brazil has got 9 records. Canada has got 9 records. If you add all these count, they will become 91 because there are 91 records. So when we use group by, we can assign these aggregate functions. So the first function is count. So what we do, out of so many records, we have a field over which we are grouping, like the country. So same name country would fall in one single group, and over that one group we can apply aggregate function. Now aliases. Alias means what? A nickname. Alias is a nickname. You can see over here it is written count of the country. What if I like to show number of customers? So here we go. Select country, count of the country, put it as number of customers. Now these large brackets, these brackets are used, these box brackets are used when the name of the field or the column heading or the alias is having space in it. If we just remove these spaces, put this number of customers together as a single word, we don't need these large brackets. So what does it mean? It means that we may have a field name having spaces in it. So if there are spaces in the field name or the table name, then we use these large brackets. So same is true for aliases. So this alias is actually the fake name of the table, which is temporary. So now count of the country will be removed. Rather, we would have number of customers there. So count of the country will remain the same as it is, but the name appearing would no more be count of the country because that has no value whatsoever for the customer or the user. User would see number of customer. It is now more obvious that country is Argentina, it has got 3 customers. Austria, it has got 2. Belgium, it has got 2. Brazil, it has got 9. I hope that you are getting it. So these are temporary names are called aliases, nicknames. Now you can see category. I've got this product table. Okay, I've got 77 products in it. Every product is belonging to a category. What if I like to see that which category has got how many products? Now this category is actually spreaded all over. There are 2 records with 1 category, and then there is another record far away with category 1, and then far away there are 2 more with category 1, and then category 1, then category 1. They are spread all over. I have got no other way or to write a program or to run this SQL to find that how many products fall under each category. So what I would do, I will be using that aggregate function count, and the group would now be the category ID. So see, and category ID 1 has got 12 products, category ID 2 has got 12, category ID 3 has got 13, category ID 4 has got 10, and this is how we would have all 77 products. So if you will count these categories products, these will be 77. So get the idea how handy it is. Otherwise, we would have to write the whole program to find this out. I hope that you remember the where clause, where actually does what? It filters out records. What if I like to filter out groups of record, not every record? There we cannot use where, because where has got precedence. Where is first applied over the record, whatever the leftover records after application of where clause filtered, then the group will be applied. No, I would like to actually see only those countries where I have got more than 3 customers. In that case, I would have to group, and then I would have to filter the group. So it cannot be done with the help of where, rather we use having. So you can see, I would like to see the category ID of the products, group by category ID, and I would only show those products where the count is greater than 10. So having a count, instead of where, what I will write? Having a count greater than 10. So you can see we had few more records before it. Now only 4 records. Earlier we had got 8 records, but there were products with less than 10 products in category. So now we have got what? Only those categories where the count is actually greater than 10. Only those categories where the count is greater than 10. Now you can see for the customer, select country, count the country, put the name as number of customers, group by country, and only show those countries which have got more than 5 customers in it. See, so we have got Brazil, France, Germany, UK, and USA where we have got more than 5 customers. Otherwise, all they have, if I make it less than 5, you can see. You can see all these 3, 2, 1, 1, 3, 2, 4. These are rest of the record. So only those were greater than 5. So now we have got greater than 5 customers. So remember, when we have group of record, we like to apply a filter on it. We don't do it using where, rather we use what? Having. Now, inner joins. What are inner joins? Inner joins are ways that we use to display data from multiple tables. In your syllabus, it is just 2 tables. Now, what we are going to do is we are actually bringing in data from 2 different tables and we are creating a view. So select supplier name and product name. As you can see in products, we have got only supplier ID, not the name. And what do we have? In suppliers, we have got supplier's name. So what we are going to do, we are actually bringing the product name from the product table here and supplier name from the supplier table. And we are going to put it together. First thing that you would have to do is actually find the connection between the two. So what is the connection between the two? You can see supplier's primary key is part of the product, means supplier ID will be in the product. Supplier's primary key is the foreign key of the product. So using this, whenever you study for the relationship between the tables, you would have this idea that the primary key of one table, when it is part of another table as a simple key or non-key, that is said to be the foreign key. So this relationship between the primary key and the foreign key is actually paving a way for us to have the data from 2 different tables. So we have to actually tell that which field in one table is part of another table, and then we can only pick the data from 2 different tables. Now, pay attention to this. This particular script you can see that we want supplier name and product name, and now we know that these two are present in 2 different tables. So we have to tell what 2 tables, products and suppliers, and then we will have to tell with the help of where that what 2 fields are related in these 2 tables. Okay, so we have to like where suppliers.supplier ID means supplier ID in the supplier table is equal to supplier ID in the products table. This you put products.supplier ID before and suppliers.supplier ID afterwards, doesn't matter. Okay, so it might be where product.supplier ID is equal to supplier.supplier ID. Remember, when we have got different fields coming from different tables, we have to actually establish a connection between the 2 tables having the primary and foreign key, and then we have to tell in SQL that what 2 keys are basically combined. I mean, they are being in relationship, primary key and foreign key, and how they are related to each other. Wherever they are related, it means that there is a connection between the 2 tables, and then we pick up the data. So select supplier ID from suppliers table and product name from products table, where supplier.supplier ID is equal to products.product ID. You can see now we have got 77 products name there. Sorry, here. Product names from the supplier. So these three products are from Exotic Liquids, and this product is from New Orleans, Cajun Delights and all. So you can see that these two fields are coming from different tables, but they are, because these two tables are related, they are actually related to each other. Means there is no discrepancy in it. Whatever the name of the product and supplier name is given is perfect. Okay, so the supplier ID in the products table is actually paving a way for these two tables to relate. Now let's do it with, just for the practice sake, let's do it with three tables and aliases as well, and a little complicated. Now we need supplier name from supplier table, product name from product table, and category name from categories table. The way we can assign aliases to the field name, we can assign aliases to the table name as well. Okay, so I assign P as product alias name, S as supplier name, and C as categories name. Okay, so supplier, product, and category. First, we need to see that how these three are related. Supplier, category, and product. You can see supplier's primary key is part of the product foreign key, and categories primary key is part of the product as well. So it will be like where suppliers dot supplier ID is equal to products dot supplier ID, and categories dot category ID is equal to products dot category ID with end. So now in where clause for inner join, this is called inner join. When we like to bring the data from two different tables, we use inner join. So suppliers dot supplier ID is equal to products dot supplier ID and end clause and logical operator. Categories dot category ID is equal to products dot category ID. Now you can see supplier name from supplier table, which we are actually naming as S, product name from product table, which we are actually giving alias as P, category name from categories table, which we are giving alias as C. So where's supplier dot supplier ID is equal to product dot product supplier ID, and remember, and category dot category ID is equal to product dot category ID. Now you can see this is actually 77 products, then we are having the name of the supplier and the category name as well. So all 77 products are being shown with their supplier and category name. Now, what I'm going to do, I have a list of all these scripts that we have just taken as examples, and I am going to put it up in the description underneath this video. So this is what select is. Now, as I said, we have got select with the, actually we search for record, and then we have delete, update, and insert in DML. So let's see delete, update, and insert, how they work. So let's get back to this SQL delete, update, and insert. So first we insert the record. There are two ways inserting the record. First is insert into table name. Insert into table name. Then we put the name of the fields or columns and then their respective values. Or if we like to add to all of the columns, then all we have to do is to write the name of the table and then the values. So let's say if I like to insert into customer name, this is the new name, contact name, this is the contact name, address, this is the address, this is the city, this is the postal code, this is the country, we can do that. Now, if I run this, we have got how many customers? 91. If I add this record this way, we would have 1 rows affected, and we can see over here that now we have got 92 records. So let's see. You can see 97 record is what we have just added to it. So remember, insert into. Then we have got delete. If we like to delete the whole record, we use where clause. So delete from the table name where the condition. If we don't put where condition, every single record in the database table will be deleted. So delete from customers where customer name is this. So this customer's name record, the record that would have this customer name will be deleted. And then update. If I like to change a field, I will be using SQL update command. Remember to use W3 School SQL. All of the demo, maybe the practice or the tutorials are present there. So update table name, set field value where the condition. For example, if I have my cell phone number changed, then this would be like update customer set cell phone number is equal to the new number where the customer name is equal to Zafar. That is how it will be done. Now you can see if I go in customer table, the first record is whatever, it will be changed. Contact name will be Alfred Schmidt. This is Alfred different. And the city is Berlin. It will become Frankfurt, and where the customer ID is 1. Let's run it. 1 row is affected. Now you can see Alfred Schmidt, city has become Frankfurt now. Then we have got DDL, data definition language. As I said, that DDL is actually for the data definition. Data definition means for the physical structure of the database. Database, we have created the database, we have created tables, and then we will be creating their fields and all. So we have got alter database, alter tables, alter keys, create database, create tables, create keys. So create database, actually create the database, the empty database. Okay, like create database test DB. Drop, we will not be using word delete because the delete word is for what? The record delete. So we will use drop. So drop database means whatever the database that is created will be dropped. Create table. Now we have got this example here. We want to create a table. The name of the table would be person, bracket start, person ID as integer, last name as varchar. Varchar means variable, characters simply the string, first name, address, city. This is the maximum limit of the field width that we can put in the field. This will create a table. This is create table. Okay, create table, test table. No, this is not from the syllabus, just this one. Drop table. So drop table, table name, this will delete the table. Alter table, if we like to add a field, change a field type, or drop a field, that can all be done using alter table. Drop column, modify column, all you can do with it. So viewers, this is it. More of it can be done. You should practice it. I might have left something which we had to actually cover. So you should know, you should practice, you should learn, you should remember, because there is always a question in exam for select statement, update or delete, one from DML and one from DDL. It is always there, so you should practice well. So let's see if there are any questions. Questions, and no questions. Yes, there is one. Assalamu alaikum, sir. You might remember me from SQL class from, I think, 2019, Sufyan Nadeem. Yes, Sufyan, I do remember. I hope that you would be doing good. Thank you very much. And you know my number. So do WhatsApp me. Let's talk someday and give me update. Okay, so let's wind it up. If there are any questions, do ask me those questions in your database scheme required for ERD. Okay, David. I will be updating all of the files that that I have used, and you would have these. Just give me 15 minutes. In 15 minutes, I'm going to update the links in the description of this database. You will have all it, and then if you like to practice it, when you will be reaching to this editor, W3C schools editor, that database will be downloaded to your RAM and will be available for you to manipulate it the way you like. Okay, any other question? Okay, I'll be updating schema, I'll be updating the domain, I'll be updating ERD and everything. All right then, thank you very much.